There is a secret code hidden inside of this shape called the flower of life. And being able to not just see it, but apply it to your own life will shift the entire way that you create, that you relate, and the level of consciousness that you operate from. This is the key to awakening your unique genius and also getting out of life the things that you want, the things that you are here to experience without bending to the made-up rules that tend to bog us down. When you align with this, you align with the intelligence of Source, and that is what allows you to align with your inner genius and do the incredible, magical things that you are meant to do. So by the end of this video, you will have expanded your awareness and therefore your consciousness and therefore the life force energy moving through you in alignment with the inner genius living in your DNA. So don't be surprised that once these codes start hitting, you start getting more ideas, feel more fuel in your fire, feel more aligned with your mission. And now let's dive in. Okay, so we're going to start by outlining the 3 aspects of this shape that you see here. Okay, so in the center, this center point, we're going to call the eye or the dot. This is spirit. You can also consider that this is awareness, and honestly, there are a lot of different interpretations about what that center point is, what the eye is, but today we're gonna call it spirit, we're gonna sometimes call it awareness, and we're gonna use it a little bit interchangeably. Now, from this center point, spirit projects out consciousness. So what happens is this circle around the dot becomes the range of awareness and what we're going to call the reality field. It is this point and this circle is where spirit creates space. Now, once things start to move and movement is introduced, you're going to start to see that that center point moves to the edge of its awareness, creates a second circle, and to get to the flower of life, this process is simply iterated on again, and again. Once you start to create these new shapes, those vertices where those lines meet, the circumferences of the circles meet, those are what we're going to call different forms and iterations of consciousness. So when you zoom out and you have this entire flower shape here, within it you have spirit, you have awareness, you have consciousness, you have space, and you have 3D elements that have been created, all just from awareness and the movement of it. So I want to go back to this first circle for a second. There has not been any movement introduced. This is simply when spirit sits in the void and projects out consciousness, therefore creating a sphere of reality. The circle is the range of awareness that has been created by consciousness of spirit. Spirit sits in the sphere, just chilling at the center. In sacred geometry, this is where tetrahedrons are created and shapes form simply just from the 6 projections of consciousness. There's no body here, it is just spirit. What I'm speaking to is a bit more of the deeper layers of sacred geometry, so let's just keep rolling and get to the part where this relates to your creative journey. So now if we're sitting with this original circle, what happens next is where I'm going to break down the codes of creation seen within this pattern, which you'll come to see is actually just 2 simple instructions that you're going to be able to take away from this to unlock your own flow state of creativity. These codes are where you're going to be able to align with source intelligence and to be able to align your creative act with the expansion of consciousness itself. When you align with this, you're aligning with source energy, And this is the infinite intelligence that is literally keeping the lights on in this entire existence. This is a level of creation and creativity and taking action that brings source energy with it. This is how we build new worlds. This is what the new paradigm, new earth is all about. So now that we have motion introduced in this shape, you're able to see that there's just two simple instructions for creation. Number one is to move to that which is newly created. Then to project a sphere out from that new point, just like you did the first time, right here. To move to the edge of your awareness or to what has just been newly created and to project out from that point. Those two rinse and repeat instructions is all that creation is. Within those, there's a lot, but simply put, moving to the edge of what you know, to the edge of what has just been created, and to then project consciousness out from there, that is the essence, the essential nature, fundamental of creation. The reason I'm highlighting this is to give you a moment here of relief to know that this is foolproof. You cannot mess this up. You've already been doing this for your entire life. You have been moving to the edge of what you know. You've been going to the edge of your comfort zone, stepping outside and therefore creating a new sense of reality, creating a new self, a new form that you get to sit back and look at and learn from. Every time you have done this, you have moved along your consciousness. It has expanded from a center point outward like an emanation. So let's revisit the flower of life when it's underway, when it's adding each circle one at a time. Movement is introduced. The next shape is called the Vesica Pisces. Then all that's happening is through the same two instructions I just outlined again and again and again. Move to what has been newly created, to the edge of awareness, to the edge of what is known, and then project yourself out from there. You can see that this process is simply done over and over and over again until you reach this sacred geometric shape of the flower of life. When you're looking at this, you can feel into the codes in here that align with what you are naturally doing, with how your consciousness works and functions on its own without you even being aware of it. So right here, we're gonna outline the second really important concept, which is that creation is the projection of spirit. It's consciousness moving out from a center point and repeating that over and over and over again from different points and dots on the space-time continuum. When you are in creation mode, you are simply playing with the variables of awareness, consciousness, and movement. This basic function is all it takes to create reality. Over and over again, we use the flashlight of our awareness to move ourselves to a new place, to then see what is within that area, going to the edge of the darkness where you are so afraid, you're feeling the resistance, the stories are coming up. And from that point, allow yourself to be in that process, trusting that your awareness will settle in and will create your next form of reality. Now, the important question arises. This aspect of movement that we have introduced, you might be asking yourself, okay, but how do I know where to move or when to move? What spot I'm meant to land on? You see from your center point here, all these limitless possibilities around you, all these limitless places you could go, decisions that you could make. And sitting in the center there, we can get really overwhelmed with what is around us, what is possible. So this is where intuition comes in. If you imagine that this center point is you. You are connected to the all. You are one with the all. Yet you are this individuated point in the center of your reality. You have a compass within you, a system that hands you directionals in different forms. When we talk about the language of the body, this is where human design comes in. You think about your inner authority and the way that your higher self or spirit or soul or God speaks through you. That is going to come through things like your intuition, your excitement, your instincts, your vision, what you're curious about, all these different forms that if you really tune in, you can feel that there's like a nudge that you get. If you imagine that you're this little node and this field of reality, and there are these waves that come behind you and they move you, or they turn your attention to this or to that. Not everything is equally as interesting to you in this reality field. Reflect on this. You're gonna see that there's actually something that's a little bit shinier to you, that gets your body, your engine, a little bit more moving and revved up. That right there is movement speaking through you, trying to get you to move your awareness, not just anywhere, but to the most aligned place for you. Important concept here is that movement is informed by intuition, which is source and soul moving through you. The key that you're revealing here is that when you honor your intuition, when you honor the guidance system within you, you are honoring source energy itself. The source is doing the same thing. It's moving, it's expanding, it's projecting its consciousness out. You have the same instructions coded into you. And you are designed as a human being, as this vessel, to make decisions in alignment with your soul for the highest good of the all and for you, by listening to what that inner compass is telling you and to where it's pointing you. This is how you take the concept of creation, these codes of creation, to an even higher level. When you're informed by the voice of your soul, the voice of your inner authority, you will then start to experience not just incredible levels of creation, but incredible levels of alignment, of literal pure magic, of your genius coming through. Your genius, if you view it as like this raw kindling, the fire you throw on top of it is that intuitive spark that tells you where to go, when to do it, how to do it, the way to do it, the flavor of personality that you fuse into it. All of these elements are combining to show you how your unique genius comes to life through the codes of creation and through the intentional movement of your awareness and your consciousness. So, what does this all mean for you? There is a time for you to sit and enjoy what you have created, to sit in the center of it, to observe it, to zoom out, to truly take it all in. Then there is a time to listen in, to tune in, and see where you are being called next. And when you listen to where you're being called next, you are also going to get all the stories that come up, all the resistance, the doubt, the fears. Think of it like this new form you've created. It got comfortable. The ego came in and said, okay, let's just keep it like this forever. As you move, that current form is quote unquote threatened. It thinks it's threatened. The ego just wants to keep you in this comfortable form that it made a bed in and it wants to stay in here forever. This is where you use your awareness to bring love to those stories, to that resistance, and to just make that decision to keep moving. Move with the doubt, with the discomfort, with the voices. Because you know what? When you get to the edge of that form that you've created, and you allow yourself to stay there long enough that then all of a sudden a new level of consciousness is born from where you are, you will feel the power of creation that just moved through you. These are the codes of consciousness evolution. Every new form stands on the shoulders of the level before. This is how octaves work, and this is how you function. All you need to know is those two basic instructions: to move to that which has been newly created and to project yourself out from there. Housed within those two very simple instructions is the spectrum of consciousness that you will experience, the shadows, the light, the divine gifts, and see how within that is all you need to know thyself, to learn about yourself, your consciousness, and therefore the nature of the all. How cool is that? Okay, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below or any revelations, downloads that came through for you as you were listening to this. And if you want more videos about sacred geometry, codes of creation, unlocking your inner genius, let me know, and I will see you in the next one.